Hit the intro.
Hey everybody, thank you for joining us for the 11 count where me and Eddie bitch and moan about wrestling, which we know jack shit about, and we talk about the latest and greatest in wrestling. Today we have a special fucking episode for you today because we are finally going to go over the Montreal Screwjob. That's the first thing on the docket. Eddie, is there anything that you think could derail this important conversation that we finally have been itching to have?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I have 20 things to discuss before we talk about the Montreal Screwjob, actually.
They shouldn't take that long, right?
Nah. They shouldn't
All
take like
right.
52 minutes.
All right. All
All
right.
right.
We can get through it.
All right, let's shotgun this one. The first one, Rhea Ripley's out.
Yeah,
We have
injured.
not, we have not discussed.
What was her official prognosis?
I think they said th 3 to 4 months.
Ooh.
What?
She fucked up her shoulder or what?
I'm not sure. I don't remember which injury it was. I want to say it was a knee injury, but I might be wrong.
She had a sling on.
So, okay, I guess it was shoulder. Who's knee? Seth Rollins. That's another one we gotta talk about.
Yeah. Well, Seth Rollins was limping around the entire fucking
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania stage.
Um, but yeah, so Rhea Ripley's out, potentially 3 to 4 months, shoulder injury, as you said. Um,
Shoulder or elbow. Well, one or the other.
so someone brought this up in a discussion, and I think it's warrants a conversation. They said how Roman Reigns was able to be out for like up to 3 months and not defend his title. Do you
Hmm.
think they could have gotten away with that with Rhea and being like, hey guys, like y'all have to fight each other to see who's good enough for her, rather than stripping her of the championship? Because bear in mind, she had it for over a year and she had just beaten Becky Lynch. Do you think they should have kept it on her?
I mean, how long did Roman's reign start? Because I mean, Roman's at least this Roman that Cody beat was what the culmination of what 2 years of work.
Or
4 years of work. So I mean, let's say Becky gets to that 4 years, then I think we can start talking. I think when you put up that much time to build up this character, because he won the Universal title 36
no, no, no.
or no, he defended against Edge and Daniel Bryan at 37,
Yes,
and then he won the both championships.
at 38.
He unified them at 38, beat Cody at 39. So I mean, dude, he's been doing it for at least 3, 4 years. I mean, that's the only way he could get that leeway. Granted, I mean, I know you and I both were annoyed of him during this last year, but
Hmm. I don't know. I think could you have done it? Could you have booked it? Yeah. Maybe have Rhea like beat the living shit out of someone and she gets suspended, but they don't want to strip her of the title. Just do that. And
no, but I think the fans also like being in on it. Like when someone's injured, like the fans have never really reacted badly to someone being injured. Like when someone says like, "Oh, like I have to step away because I've been injured," like Finn Balor. Um, I mean Roman when he got his leukemia back.
man, there were some dipshits when Roman had to be out for his leukemia. Remember? I think we talked about it
Uh,
once. Fucking
Jinder
people were
Mahal.
like, "Oh no, it's a plan. He doesn't really have cancer." Are you fucking stupid?
Oh yeah. Oh, I thought you meant like champions. No, yeah, there were some fucking idiots that were like, "It's not true.
Dumbass.
It's not."
But but yeah, so Rhea's out. Seth is
Yeah.
out. Apparently, Seth wrestled through. Obviously, he wrestled injured at WrestleMania. Apparently, he
Hmm.
had to modify the stomp because his back would not let him work.
I mean, I think Seth is just. I think he's. I don't know. I hate to say it, but I think he might be on that last stretch. Um, or he's gonna have to take like a long fucking time off, like a Randy Orton or fuck, even Edge. Edge took a long fucking time off when he hurt
His neck.
his neck.
I,
So
I don't think he needs like 8 years off, but like
I
it
don't
would.
know, dude. He's been a workhorse.
Yeah. Well, I think it would work in their favor, especially to save Seth, if they gave him a Shawn Michaels deal, where it's like, hey man, you'll come out for Raw
He
and
could
like,
bang Sonny.
huh?
You can bang Sonny.
I don't think he wants to do that right now. I think she's in jail. I think she's
Nobody
in jail
wants to
for
do that.
murder, isn't she?
Well, I know she hit someone while under the influence.
No, but then she killed them. That's what I'm
I
saying.
think she
Could be
might have
wrong.
killed him.
Yeah. She's in jail for sure. I wonder if WWE regret that Hall of Fame induction.
Yeah. When she had all the divas behind her.
Oh man. I paved the way for all of you. Sex tape, sex tape. Anyway. But
Not the
yeah, so
sex
set
tape people wanted.
but yeah, set this out. It
Yeah.
as well. Apparently, other updates, Roman, fuck, speaking of their biggest stars being injured, Roman Reigns may not return until around SummerSlam.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I figured he was gonna take like 6 months off.
At least, at least. Well, the bloodline's still going, but like, yeah, Roman should be out until SummerSlam. Potentially returning as a babyface. I don't see that
Well,
happening.
he took himself out of the draft, which I didn't know that you could do that, but whatever.
I mean, he's Roman Reigns. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if you knew this. Drew is out injured right now. He's out for up to 4 weeks.
Really?
There was a report earlier today that I saw that Drew is rehabbing some injuries. He worked through like an elbow injury at house shows this
Oh.
past weekend, but apparently
Well,
he's
he
set to be
just
out.
re-signed
Yeah, a 3-year deal.
for buku bucks
Which, god damn it. But nah, fair enough. So just so we're clear about this,
and a new sword.
yeah. So of the four men that were involved in the world title matches at WrestleMania 40, three of them are out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Cody, it's time to write that second book. Carry this company on your back,
Yeah.
which he's working on doing.
Well, at least they let him do it, unlike that piece of shit AEW.
Apparently it was Cody's idea to do the never challenge for the world title again. Apparently it was his idea, which
Uh,
that I think that's one of those times where they should have been like, "Hey man, we love you. Maybe you're booking yourself a little too
do you
unfairly."
think do you think he was like, they don't think I was being serious, right?
Fuck, I don't know, man. Fuck, that was it
I
was
feel like this all could have been situated with a conversation,
yeah, like hey man, like
but
you should win the
I
world.
feel I honestly feel like this wasn't from Cody's side. This was from Tony Khan's side that said that the situation fell apart.
I feel like it should have been avoided. I feel like this whole Cody leaving AEW could have been avoided if Tony Khan had prioritized him.
Yeah.
As an
Yeah.
AEW diehard, as folks, I don't know if you can tell, this is the all-in poster
He
from London.
rides that jock.
Fuck you. Well, you know me. I'm not a fair weather fan. I love the Cowboys, and those fuckers break my heart every year.
And they also profited off of poor people, but whatever.
Hey, man, your guy likes to get a jerk from a. I'm not gonna go there with you.
What
So,
guy?
Kraft. Also, your team cheats. Fuck you. Anyway, that said, we get Cody versus AJ Styles at Backlash. I think
I
it'll
would
be a
be
good match.
cheating over profiting off of poor people during a
Shut the
time of
fuck up.
crisis.
You know I have no.
Whatever. I'm a piece of shit.
Yes, you are.
I'm
So,
gonna go fuck myself, I guess.
so AJ versus Cody. What do you think?
It's a good starter match for Cody's run. Do I think it's gonna be filled with a ton of false finishes? Probably. Do I think it's gonna be a banger of a match? More than likely. Because I mean AJ still runs really good in his 40s that he ran in his fucking 20s and 30s.
Well, let me ask you this though. Do you think it might be a mistake for it to be AJ because this is no disrespect to AJ Styles. No one, not a fucking soul in that arena, in that town of France, actually thinks that AJ can walk out of there with the championship. Like,
I mean, let's be honest here. Fuck the French.
I mean, all they do is surrender.
All
Yeah.
they do is surrender. They're incredibly mean to foreigners. They're pieces of shit in all reality.
Why are we, folks?
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I cutting a promo?
Yeah, kind of. Folks, let it be known right now, Fernando does not speak for the rollback when it comes to our feelings on the French. We
No,
believe
this is on the website. We
and
hate the French.
baguettes are delicious.
You're not even saying it right. They hate you because you're not saying it right.
I don't give a fuck if they hate me.
Say
Oh,
croissant.
croissant. I don't know how the fuck you say it properly.
Looks, see, now they hate you even more.
Fuck you. All right. Another match we got on the card: Damian Priest versus Jey Uso in his first title defense. Again, I feel like this is one of those situations where I don't think anyone actually thinks Jay has a chance. It's more of a tune-up match for Priest.
Uh, I don't know. There's been some instability in the bloodline. I mean, not the bloodline, the Judgment Day.
I mean,
Did you not see Damian Priest going off on Dominic being like, "Oyes, pinches putos a la verga. Yo no necesitas a ustedes, pendejos."
I did not see
Granted, I had some words in there, but
that. You don't say.
in short, it means I don't need you, fine gentlemen.
I believe you. Jesus.
No, yeah,
We
he
do
did
have a
cut
French
a
listener. I just looked it up. Yeah, we do have French listeners. All right, we apologize to you Frenchies.
how many?
Let me see. I'm looking at it over the past 2 years. 28 independent French listeners.
Hey, right there.
Oh, god damn
That's
it.
for you right there.
God.
You know what that means?
Up yours? No.
Yeah, but you know where it originated from?
Winston Churchill?
No. I
What?
learned this from Shu's dad. So back in the olden times when they would fight, bows and arrows and shit,
Yeah.
um, the French would cut off the archer's fingers so they wouldn't be able to pull arrows.
That's
So as
fucking
a sign of
barbaric.
as a sign of like to show you we have them, they would do that, and that in turn turned into the gesture of basically giving the finger.
Fucking Christ. Okay. I,
Hmm.
man, that's brutal. Okay, Jesus Christ, Fernie. Folks, you learn something new every day.
Hmm.
Um, so pre, okay, so
But
pre,
I do think there is a possibility that Jay could win.
I don't think so,
A
man.
slim possibility, yes. I think there's a slim possibility, especially the way that they've been building this whole like Damien's thinking that he's too good for the Judgment Day and all that type of shit.
But like, okay, let me ask you this though. Here's my reasoning. I'm not saying it's a bad
Mm-hmm.
idea to put it on Jey Uso. What I am
Mm-hmm.
thinking is that it's not a bad idea to put it on Jay. It's a terrible idea to fuck over Priest this quickly after he's been crowned world champ.
Do we not remember the Miz?
But okay, so then you would agree that Damian Priest is not worthy of a world championship then?
Do I think he can be billed as one? Yes. If they're gonna do it, now's the time. Like
Yeah.
he can't lose to Jay.
Yeah.
Do I think he could? Do I think like there's a slim possibility? Yes. Mostly to build that breakup of the Judgment Day. But do I think that they're gonna let that happen? I have no idea. Triple H is kind of unpredictable.
We have a question. Hey, Fernie, where the fuck is LA Knight right now?
Good question. I mean, man, after
He
he was
beat
on a
AJ
run
Styles at
too.
WrestleMania. Where the fuck is he?
SmackDown, I know that for sure. He got drafted to SmackDown, which I thought was stupid.
Well, see, dude, I thought the draft was kind of dumb because it's like, okay, so reports
I
came.
just don't like. I don't think the draft has been good since the early 2000s.
I like the draft lottery, but that's when it was only like what, four people? Only four people were going from one show to another, and it was random based. Like it
No,
was
I'm talking like the first brand split where Ric Flair and Vince were running things. That was a good draft. Um, and the '05, I think it's '05 draft.
the draft
The one
lottery.
where Yeah, the one where Batista went to SmackDown and Cena went to Raw.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think those moments were great. I just don't like the fact that like Like reports came out after the fact that they're planning on keeping a lot of the big name talent on the shows to build up brand loyalty. Like
Yeah.
they want people to be like, you think of LA Knight, you think of SmackDown, you think of Seth
But
Rollins.
I think this
Oh.
time it might be more serious because Triple H did go through a whole like, all right, we're changing the tag titles. The tag titles are no longer going to be this bullshit red and blue tag belts. It's you have the World Tag Team Championships, you have the WWE Tag Team Championships. So now I think like they are going to give it a fucking go at sticking with it.
Well, apparently champions are safe.
Yeah,
Champions will not change brands no matter
brands.
what.
Yeah.
So, and accordingly, Triple H apparently says that like, hey man, like this is a hard deadline of Monday. Like there will be no changes after that, which here's hoping, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
So we got that LA Knight. The recent batch of releases, a couple wrestlers got released. I mean, apparently it's also to help bolster their budget to re-sign wrestlers, as well as people that they felt like weren't progressing ahead enough.
Mm-hmm.
Which is also crazy because four of the guys that were released, I just remember via saying no,
Who got
Great Khan
released?
and Jinder Mahal. Four of those wrestlers were four wrestlers that WWE signed to try and break into the Indian market, and they
Wait,
released
who got
all.
released? I haven't really kept up with the names of the people that got released.
Jinder Mahal was one of them. You know him.
Good.
Uh,
Yeah.
but also right, Viet Singh. I can't pronounce his name properly.
The
He was a
dude with the
guy.
face paint?
Yes, him. Thank you.
The guy that they were trying to bill as a Indian Umaga?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I
They
remember him.
he was released too. So the only reason I'm bringing them up is because of the fact that like four of those wrestlers that got released were guys that they were going to build around for the Indian
Hmm.
market, and it failed, so they released them. Like, kind of sucks. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, are they really losing anybody?
Meh. Let's see. We also got
Next up on AAA Wrestling, Jinder Mahal.
you. um.
A la verga. Hijo de puta madre, Jinder Mahal está aquí.
God damn it, Bernie. Okay. Lastly, and this is some business stuff. I know you don't.
Wait, little sidetrack. Did you
Uh,
see that Nick Nemeth won the AAA championship, the AAA Lucha Libre championship?
I heard you told me about it. I didn't see it.
Yeah,
I believe it
he
though. He's a great wrestler. Like
he is. But like, yeah, we'll get into this after because yeah, we'll get into this after. But yeah, I just want to bring that up real quick.
well, no, okay. So one last thing, and then we'll jump into that.
Okay.
This is on the business side of things. I know you don't give a shit, but I think it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Khan, not Tony Khan, Nick Khan, the
Oh yeah.
who kind of orchestrated Vince McMahon, like almost a hostile takeover to some degree, helped orchestrate the $1 billion deal with Fox, all these big business things. It's selling all of his shares with WWE, all of his shares, everything in
Mm-hmm.
TKO, selling everything. He was named in the Janelle Grant lawsuit. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
curious, like
Well, like
thoughts.
what did they name that? What did she name that he did?
She named both him and Stephanie as people who tried to cover up Vince's indiscretions. She's like, they knew about it and they never stepped in to stop it.
I don't know about Steph.
I mean,
Nick
apparently,
maybe. But I don't think Vince would get his daughter involved.
so I don't know about Janelle Grant naming Steph, but for
Mm-hmm.
sure there was that story about Ashley Mazzaro where she said that she went to Steph after she was sexually assaulted in at an army base during a tribute to the troops, and
Mm-hmm.
Steph basically like let her vent, talk it out, and said, "Hey, it would be really bad for us if you were to let this slip out because we do so much good with the armed forces. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
mention this." Like she kind of manipulated her into not saying anything or pressing charges or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So that may be where Steph is a problem. But anyway, yeah, Nick Khan sold all his shares. He may be leaving the company very soon.
I
And
thought he was selling. I didn't know if it was confirmed that he sold everything yet.
no, he is in the process of selling. So when you
Oh,
sell that much of a company so quickly after it's formed, you have to file with the SEC, let them know what you're doing and why you're doing it. If you're
yeah,
selling 1,000 shares, who gives a fuck? You're selling a couple million of shares? Okay, why?
yeah,
Well, that's what's going on. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. So AAA apparently has Dolph Ziggler as their world champion.
yeah. He beat Patron.
Ooh,
He beat Patron for the title. Man, and I will say Triple A's title kind of looks like shit.
let's
Not a
see.
fan. I
World.
think it was a Mega Campeon.
Let me see. AAA World Championship. I'm looking it up right now as we speak.
It looks like a boxing title.
Oh, it doesn't look terrible.
I'm not a fan.
I know Kenny Omega was a champion at one point.
Yeah.
I like their tag team championship actually looks better. Damn, their cruiserweight championship looks nice. Have you seen their cruiserweight title?
Yeah.
That looks nice. That one, that's something I would want to fucking hold. Anyway, um,
Something about their championship.
yes, sorry. Okay. I was gonna say, why do you think they keep putting their world championship off on outside guys rather than keeping it on homegrown talent like homegrown luchadores?
Because it's a lot easier to sell to other markets.
but like Elva Kingo is his name Elva Kingo, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah.
Like him holding the championship, he should be champion for 2 years. Just beat everyone, have him defend the title on TNA, have TNA bring in guys and he beats them too. Like,
It's money, dude. It's money and notoriety.
yeah, but if you have a homegrown guy that you build around,
No, I mean that's logical thinking. That's us thinking logically.
yeah.
But that's where I was saying earlier because me and you were texting. And I was telling you this is why I don't get why AEW lets their guys wrestle on other promotions. Like I get it, like it's some guys want to genuinely just go and wrestle on other promotions and then be like, "No, dude, you're like my main bitch. Don't worry, these are just my side chicks. Like I love you. I love you. Mwah, I love you. I don't love these people." But I was telling you I don't like it because that means the company that's supposed to be the main chick is taking all the fucking risk.
Yeah.
So like
Well,
if this guy gets injured in bumfuck nowhere Illinois, then they're out of fucking talent. But bumfuck Illinois is like, "Oh shit, like this guy did a crazy ass spot or he took a chair to the face and it looked awesome." Yeah, it looked awesome for you, but for the company it's like, "Well, fuck, like this guy's out."
yeah, well, that actually did happen recently with Tony Khan.
Oh, and Tony Khan, a quick sidetrack. He
Yeah.
can't sell being in a brace in the fucking draft. He's there moving and shit. It's like, dude, if you're gonna be in the brace, sell like you're in the fucking brace.
I didn't see.
Jesus Christ.
You should have had the old school one where like it actually holds your neck and you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
At
Uh,
least Vince sold it in the courtroom.
oh, that's such bullshit. God damn it, Tony. So does that mean when did the steroid trial happen? It was 1990,
90s.
right?
Yeah, it was when Hogan started deflating.
Okay, so 5 years later is when we got the start of the Attitude Era, Austin winning the titles, which means if we get to 2019, AEW is going to be lit.
Hmm. We'll
It's going
see.
to be, you know.
But you were saying something about that happened to a champion that he was wrestling for another promotion and or another wrestler
Yeah, it was a
was
wrestler.
wrestling.
It wasn't champion, it was a wrestler. It did happen recently with a guy who I think he broke his orbital bone or his jaw,
Jeez.
and I don't fully understand what's going on. He was released, and Tony Khan said once he's healed from this injury, we'll bring him back.
Which that sounds like a shady way of not paying the guy.
Yeah,
But
I
it's like
agree. I feel
but
like
it's like if you're gonna allow dudes to go wrestle for other companies, then no, bitch, you should accept all that risk.
I here's the thing also, he was a lower card guy. I feel like if it was John Moxley, he would have kept.
Oh, but isn't he the savior? Isn't he paying people all these exorbitant amounts of money?
Hey man, sometimes the purse strings got to get tight.
Oh, okay. It's okay when Tony Khan doesn't. Oh, but WWE, they're pieces of shit over here. I get it.
Hey
It's
man,
like
well,
Dallas Cowboys making money off poor people. I get you. I see where your bread's buttered.
oh dude, we signed Ezekiel Elliott, and I'm like, why? Fucking why? What's he gonna do? Not a goddamn thing.
What you gonna do, brother?
Fucking shit, man. Fuck the Cowboys right now. Anyway, all right. So that's all my WWE stuff. You want us to jump into AEW stuff?
Oh, you mean how Tony Khan is? I don't think that promo that he thought that was gonna go over really well went over that well.
I agree. I think you said the wrong things, man. And
I
I'm an
don't know
AEW stand
who
again, ladies and gentlemen. So when I say they fucked up, they fucked up.
I don't know who he was talking to. Like, dude, this is gonna be a good jab. This is gonna be a good jab.
Harvey
Watch this.
Weinstein.
Watch this. They're the Harvey Weinstein of wrestling. Crickets. Dude, that was such a poor fucking joke. And not just that, it was on national fucking television. Like, it's different when it's on a wrestling program where you have like an audience there to like hype you up. Like,
Yeah.
you say that on AEW TV, the audience is gonna be like, oh fuck, oh. But you say that on national TV, no one's there to hype you up. No one's gonna be like, "Oh, he fucking said Harvey Weinstein."
Dude, and you know what and I'm just this is gonna back you up. Dave Meltzer, the hardest stand of AEW,
You mean
arguably.
the
Even
guy that
he said,
doesn't get off his knees for AEW?
yeah, I think that was in poor taste. Like Tony should not have said that.
Did you see his ratings for Dynasty?
Uh, yeah, I liked a lot of the matches.
He gave like one like a 2-star match, and then he gave I think Will Ospreay versus Daniel Bryanson or Brian Danielson.
Yeah, 6.5.
Uh, he gave him like a 7.5 or a 7.75 stars. I'm like, all right, dude, get off your pillow, get off your knees already.
And man, it was a great match. I went back and watched it. It was a great match. It was
I'm like,
great.
whatever, man.
Um, but yeah, no,
Fucking
dude, I
bias.
agree with you. If he had said something like, "We're the Pepsi of wrestling, we're the alternative, we're the revolution,"
And they're the Sam's
done,
Cola
done.
of
Yeah,
wrestling.
that would have been
Like that
funny.
would have made more sense.
Well, you know what the question was? The question that they asked him was,
It was something
"How
about
does your
competition,
dad
no?
feel?" Huh?
It was something about competition, no?
No, no, no. They were interviewing him, obviously the draft, but they saw him with the neck
Mm,
brace. They were like, "Oh, can I get him on an interview real quick?" So
mm,
they asked him, "How does his dad feel?" Because his dad is the owner of the Jaguars. How does his
mm.
dad feel about him being involved in professional wrestling?
He's ashamed of me.
Like, God damn it, man.
Daddy hates me.
Fuck, that was a great burn. We're the Pepsi of professional wrestling. They're the Sam's Cola of professional wrestling. They're cheap, generic, and everyone knows what they're getting when you get them.
Yeah, like you could have gone any fucking route. Like with that fucking like he took a complete hard left and was like, this is gonna work.
Well, also, he called the whole company Harvey Weinstein. Like, no, you can just say, "Oh, you mean the one that was founded by a Harvey Weinstein?" Okay, like you can't take the shot at the whole company.
Yeah, because the whole company, like, and to be fair, right now WWE's on fire.
You're right. I think I said it somewhere. The rising tide raises all ships. Like
Yeah.
AEW is arguably finally starting to go on an upward trajectory again. WWE is hot as fuck. Um, New Japan Pro Wrestling is expanding. TNA was back. We might get to them. We'll see. But yeah,
Well, you know, the only way TNA can really rise up is if you say his name.
TNA, TNA, TNA.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
God damn it.
His song's #1 on iTunes in England and the UK.
Good for him, man. Good
He's
fucking
really
good for
pushing
him.
that shit. I'll give him that. He's really pushing that shit to the top.
Yeah, man. TNA needs to ride him then. dude.
They do. This dude has fucking unequivocal charisma, more than Moose. I'm sorry. Your name's Moose. You have about the fucking personality of a goddamn stick.
Well, Moose just looks fucking intimidating. That's his whole
Yeah.
thing. He's a
He's a
mouthpiece.
good
He's
he's a
MVP.
good wrestler, but like I mean, dude, you are having a budding talent, a rising talent that's rising quick because of social media like Joe Hendry. You gotta start putting him in shit.
Yeah, wrong man. But what was I gonna say? So, oh god, okay. So Tony Khan bad promo.
Hmm.
AEW has some good news and they got some real shit news. Swerve Strickland's the new champion. Saw the match. It was good. The crowd popped for him like crazy. I
Is
think.
the bad news Harvey Weinstein bought stock in AEW?
Oh god, no. I would buy stock in AEW if they ever did a public trade. Anyway, no. So Swerve, I want to talk about him for a sec, man. I think part of the reason why I'm real optimistic about AEW right now is the fact that
Uh-huh.
Swerve has the it factor. To me, he does interviews, he comes off great. He has a
I think he's a really good young talent for champion. I will say that. Like I do think he's really good.
well, like also not just as a wrestler, but as like a guy to build around. He has
Yeah.
a music label behind him. I don't know if you knew this. He's actually part of a music label.
Well, I mean, I like his song. His theme song is on my playlist.
Well, that's what, anyway.
Yeah.
He also has a pair of Nike shoes coming out. Apparently,
Hmm.
he's been collaborating with Nike.
Hmm.
Like shit, like that makes me be like, dude, build around him. He released a picture of him recreating the Kobe like trophy thing
Hmm.
with the title.
Oh, I saw that one.
I don't know. I think they need to build around him like that.
Well, I mean, it's not very often where you have the some really major wrestling companies have three black icons in their midst as champions. I don't know how that meme got started, but I think it's
I don't
hilarious.
know either.
But it's a meme going around that the three major wrestling promotions right now have black icons as their champions. Moose, champion for TNA, Swerve Strickland, champion for AEW, and Cody Rhodes. Apparently he's high in the black community, champion of WWE. Not Damian Priest, who's Puerto Rican, might as well be at least he's a person of color, but Cody Rhodes.
I don't know how that works, but fine, whatever. I don't care. Well, it's all good. It's all good. Um, Moxley is the IWGP champion from Japan. Good for him.
Great, another belt. Woo!
Woo!
Another
Now we get
belt in AEW.
now we get to the bad news. Brian is injured. Well, he had an injury scare. I hope he's gone for a few weeks.
Surprise,
During
surprise. Looks like the Miz wasn't wrong.
Hey man, the Miz told him, "Hey, take your ball and go wrestle in the Indies," and he
Hey,
did.
but remember how Brian I know that they were both like I know they both agreed to go in on each other to try to get Daniel Bryan fired
Yeah.
on
Oh,
on
wait,
that
that was the
interview.
intention?
Well, yeah, Daniel Bryan was well, he wanted Miz to punch him so that he could get fired.
Oh, but oh, so the Miz just stopped just short of punching him then?
Yeah. But remember how like Daniel Bryan was like, "Oh, I think you wrestle scared." Oh, looks like wrestling scared gets you, I don't know, not injured.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh fuck, that's right. The way I injure, I get to wrestle for 10 years, you're on the shelf, right? Something like that.
Yeah, he wasn't wrong.
Oh shit. And that's because, dude, the worst part is that he got injured on one of the last moves in the match.
It was what, a Hurricanrana?
No, it was a Tiger Driver.
Oh,
Like I can think of it kind of like a pedigree, but he flips you into a powerbomb almost.
oh. Well, I know that Will Ospreay after the match is like, I'm not gonna do that move anymore.
Well, that was planned actually. So apparently
Yeah.
the injury scare was planned, but he is injured to a certain degree to where he's gonna have to take a little bit of time off. Not long, a few weeks.
Well, it looked like he it looked like he bumped his fucking head, so it looked like it might be a concussion.
Hope not. But he's out. MJF, unfortunately, will be out longer. He was supposed to come back this month. That was the plan. But so he's injured his shoulder and he didn't want to do surgery because that would mean he'd be out for a longer period of
Hey,
time.
weren't you the one that was saying like, Oh, AEW gives these guys such a lighter schedule,
I thought so
so
too, man.
they're not getting injured. And what the fuck, Eddie?
I thought so too, man. I thought so too. But
I think
fucking
the killer's in the house, Eddie. I think you need to hear that statement. I think the killer's in the house.
what's it called? Dude, maybe there's something to be said. Do you remember Kurt Angle? He said when he was wrestling like twice a
Do I
week.
remember Kurt Angle? You mean the guy that won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck?
Yes, that motherfucker. He one famously said when he was wrestling like a couple times a week,
Hmm.
he felt very like he could keep going nonstop. But once he got to
Well,
WWE,
that was the Percocet that was making him go nonstop.
no, I mean like after he got clean.
Oh,
Like when he was wrestling on the independents and stuff, he felt like he
yeah,
could keep going. When he got to
yeah,
WWE and he went like weeks or months in between matches, that's when his body really started to hurt because he wasn't used to the bumping anymore.
yeah.
Maybe there's something to be said that continuous active competition keeps you like moving, if that makes
Oh, it does. Like a lot of these guys, yes, like you keep your body in ring shape. Yeah, you're gonna be able to bounce back. Even Taker said it. He's like, those fucking trainings for the WrestleManias where I wasn't wrestling during the year sucked
yeah.
because my body wasn't in ring shape. Like when you're wrestling throughout the year, your body is like in a constant state of condition.
Yeah. Like you
So
you become
yeah, like yeah, so like wrestling just like that one time is gonna be rough.
oh fuck it worked apparently.
And you know what's crazy? I just saw this stat. AJ Styles has now wrestled 77 more matches than he has than in WWE than he has in TNA.
He's been with WWE since what, 2016?
Yeah.
So 8 years. That's crazy to think that he's become more of a WWE guy the same way Kurt Angle became more of a TNA guy.
Yeah. Like yeah, because people forget that Kurt Angle had a longer career in TNA than he did in WWE.
Yeah, I remember on What Culture they were like 10 things WWE wants you to forget about Kurt Angle. The number one thing was he's more of a TNA guy now, which yeah,
Hmm.
it's true.
And now AJ Styles is more of a WWE guy. Even I know he's wrestled more matches in WWE. I think he will always be Mr. TNA.
I agree. I think the only other guy that I would call Mr. TNA is Samoa Joe. That's it. Like those two
Yeah.
were TNA for a long time.
Yeah, I don't care how many matches he wrestles in WWE, he will always be a TNA guy.
Um, yeah, MJF's injury has been delayed. He tried doing rehab for his shoulder. It didn't work, so now he is gonna have to go get surgery. So we'll see how long that takes.
I
Um,
mean, that fucking sucks because I mean that's one of their hottest commodities right now.
yeah. Well, speaking of hot commodities, Jack Perry returned and fuck, he had a hero's welcome.
Oh,
Uh,
you mean the whole angle that the Elite is now taking over AEW?
that and the fact that when he came out, he had no music because he's not technically with AEW, right?
Yeah.
The crowd, I don't know if you saw the segment, they started chanting, "Oh, cry me a river." The
Oh
same,
yeah, I know that's been his shtick at New Japan.
yeah. Oh, also the scapegoat gimmick, dude. His shirt
Yeah.
sold out for 24 hours.
Mm.
So like, it's working. He had a pop. He had a good ratings. He had a good interaction with the fans there at Daly's place. I think it's going well, and I like the fact that they put down Tony Khan. Like we AEW has never done a heel authority figure. They've never done it. Khan will come out and make an announcement, but they've never had like heel people in charge.
You mean like the
So
NWO?
yeah, they've never done it. They've never had
Yeah.
anyone like that who's like, well, we don't.
Huh? Wasn't there a company that had a heel authoritarian group and then that company kind of went bankrupt. What company was that again?
No, WWE is still in business. They've had the authority, the Vince McMahon, Stephanie, the what was it?
Before them.
Hunter and Michelle,
Before them.
Hunter and Steph.
It was not WWE, it was a different company.
Oh, you mean Dixie Carter? No,
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 mm-mm.
Tina's still around.
No, mm-mm.
Uh,
Do you think they're treading on
oh,
those
no, I know who you're talking about. I know who you're
you
talking
think they're
about.
treading on those WCW coattails?
I think they're right.
Now, I know this is premature. I know this is extremely premature because one, They don't have a bunch of fucking people joining the elite. So like this is all extremely premature. But do you think that AEW has that ability to accidentally fall into those coattails?
Ability, yes, but I think there are enough unselfish guys in the hierarchy that can step in to stop it.
Hmm.
I believe so. As I understand it, Tony Khan has a booking committee, right? Everything has to go
Hmm.
through them. Ultimately, it's
Hmm.
his decision, but he
These are my toys. I'm
yes,
sorry, my wrestlers.
yes, but to play with your toys, you need to convince
No,
Bryan Danielson,
Tony.
John Mox.
These are people. They're
They're
not
not people.
toys.
They're toys. They're not people. I give them millions, but
Anthony, these are not toys.
Christ. But yeah, dude, for all this to be
Imagine him with
happening,
fucking his action figures in his room.
hey, maybe that's how he decides his angles. That's what I would do if I was filthy rich.
Maybe that's how he decides those bullshit fucking match names that he keeps giving matches.
Hey man, he's trying to
He
create.
sounds like Terry Funk, goddammit. We're gonna have a custody battle where the loser has to pay my alimony for a year.
Match.
Exactly. Like, god damn it, dude. Does everything have to be a fucking like wild ass gimmick name match?
He's trying to make his own Hell in a Cell on TLC. WWE trademarked Hell in a Cell on TLC, so now
I
he
know that, but like, I feel like almost every pay-per-view now that he does, there's a new gimmick match. Like, this is the Tallahassee West Coast death match.
yeah, at least they didn't do the Cracker Barrel match. All right, that match was fucking stupid.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, but
I
what's it
just
called?
think chill on the gimmick matches. Like, like I'm not saying not to have them. Gimmick matches are fun. Like I love TLC matches. I love steel cage matches and all that.
Yeah.
Just chill with the names.
It's honestly just because he's like, okay, I can't copy the name. I might as well do something and try to like put my own spin on it.
He needs to figure that shit out because like,
Oh, but fuck, what were we talking about? Jack Perry. Oh, I think there's too many buffers for AEW to end up like WCW between Brian Danielson, who apparently already straight up said like, "Hey, I have a permanent job in the booking committee. Like
hmm.
when I retire, I'm still gonna be part of the booking committee." Between him, John Moxley, and Adam Copeland, I think he has enough filters to where it won't get that bad. Like WCW levels of bad.
Do you think it's a smart idea to have the boys in on it, in on the booking?
I think when they're unselfish guys, yes, because back then, let's be real, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and Hulk Hogan were only in it for themselves. Whereas I think more wrestlers in AEW are looking at it as like, hey, what's good for the company, not what's good for me. They have
Hmm.
a holistic perspective rather than me. And I think that's a good thing. If you
Hmm.
have selfish people in the booking committee, that's when it's a problem. But when you have unbiased people, it's fine.
I just
Um,
think it's always a little, it's always going to be iffy having the boys in on the booking committee because there's always going to be one, two people that was always like, this dude ain't booking me right just because he doesn't like me.
you might not be wrong, but then again, if those people don't like it, they can leave and go to another promotion and become their top star. Damn it, Cody!
Well, the AEW did that to themselves.
Man, I think that's one of those times that Tony Khan should have overridden Cody and been like, "No, we're not adding that stipulation. Like, you're gonna need the world title at some goddamn point."
How do you think Tony felt like with Cody just bringing everybody from the back? No, get the bookers out here. I'm so grateful to you especially Triple H, you especially looking at the camera, you. I'm so thankful for you.
Man,
Unlike some man boy with his action figures in his closet.
Tony Khan should legitimately start putting together a war fund, like a treasure. What the fuck do you call it? A war chest. He should put together a war chest and fucking buy WWE at some point. Like, I'm sorry. Hey guys, I got $11 billion over here. I'm buying UFC and WWE, and I'm shutting both you fuckers down.
What would you do in 5 years if they did the simulcast like they did with uh WCW? I bought my competition. Holy shit, we did it again.
Hold on, hold on. Wait, who won? WWE or AEW?
WWE. Would you cry?
I'd be furious. I don't think
Would
I'd
you
cry. I'd
cry?
be pissed. It'd be like, God damn it, man. Like we can't have anything nice. I like the alter. Okay,
Fuck.
be real with me. Be real with me. What is better, WWE and AEW right now,
Uh,
or would you rather have WWE back in 2012 with Cena?
no, I think WWE has stepped up its game with competition. I'm not saying like
Yeah,
WWE should buy their competition because the one thing that keeps business going is competition.
yeah.
Like WWE was able to do it a little bit after they bought T WCW with like their internal competition with Raw and SmackDown.
But they couldn't maintain them.
Yeah, but like it's just it's not the same.
Yeah,
It's like doing that whole bullshit like you have to compete with yourself. That's fucking lame. I'd rather compete with some person that's across from me that doesn't know I'm competing with them.
yeah. Hmm. Fuck you. I got that.
But it's true.
Yeah.
Like when I train out for state trooper, like I would especially on the running portion where you have to run the mile and a half, I would see who was in front of me and I'd be like, I'm gonna fucking beat that motherfucker.
Mhm.
Not because like I had anything against them, but because it makes it easier for myself to have that drive to keep going.
Yeah. Hey man, that's fair. Everyone competes differently. And I think there is something to be said. You're right about that. You need competition only makes you better.
Yeah.
And we
Like I
we
think WWE like has only gotten better because of this competition.
I agree. Because dude, we were around for the bad years, the 2009, 2010, 2011,
Yeah,
2012.
those PG years weren't the greatest, and hard to believe CM Punk was around during those years.
I mean, you can have one bright light in a tunnel full of shit.
Mm. Oh, now he's a bright light.
I'll mention it at some points. I liked CM Punk back then. Fucking glass bones, piece of shit.
Now I
Anyway,
don't.
any fucking way. Last thing before we finally get to the Montreal Screwjob, TNA's Rebellion pay-per-view only had 500 purchases.
It's because they're priced too high, no? How much were their pay-per-views?
I don't know how much they are, but it was historically the lowest they've ever done. But it's believed that it did so bad not because of the talent or the name or the cost. It was a protest, not by because of Scott D'Amore being kicked out.
Oh.
That fans were like, "Fuck you, we're not paying for the pay-per-view, bring him back."
Well, I mean, hey, if that brings them back, then go ahead.
Yeah, but yeah, it was oof. So yeah, but now, Freddie, now we can talk about the Montreal Screwjob. How much time we got?
We got like a minute.
What? No way. What do you mean we only have a minute?
You said that we would be done.
But we didn't even talk about that much.
You said we'd be done.
No, oh
You
man,
lied to me.
we fucked up. Oh, real quick before we get back to it. So the last pay-per-view, Hard to Kill, did 60,000 buys.
Oh.
So this one did 500.
Ooh.
But yeah, oh man,
That's because they have a streaming service.
yeah. Oh man, it looks like fuck.
Guess
It looks like we
I
won't
guess
be
we're
able
gonna
to
have to
make
push it till
it.
next week.
Yeah, unfortunately.
God damn it.
Uh, but
All
yeah,
right, I guess I'll hit us with the outro.
sorry folks. Sorry everyone.
Hey everybody, thank you for joining us for the 11 count. For me and Eddie talking bitch about wrestling. I'm sorry we didn't get to do the Montreal Screwjob. I really wanted to fucking do it. But please join us in a couple weeks when we actually get to fucking do it. I'm Fernie,
I've been Eddie.
and this was the 11 count. Ring the fucking bell.
God damn it.